Alright, welcome back to another video, and today we are flying the A350 again because what I've done is that I've finally figured out what's been causing the WASM crashes, and that's why I'm using NVIDIA frame generation for this, not AMD, because before I used to use AMD FSR frame generation, but now I'm using NVIDIA, and for some reason I couldn't use OBS. For some reason OBS doesn't want to capture the frames generated. I think I may have to use NVIDIA Shadowplay, but I recorded a video using the A350 yesterday, and I had a WASM crash. So NVIDIA Shadowplay is a no-go. So we're gonna be flying an Aeroflot A350 now. For any political reasons, I don't support what Russia is doing to Ukraine. I'm just here to give you content. I just want to fly their planes because what I'm doing is I'm trying to fly every A350 flight based on a Google sheet here. So I'm gonna bring up the Google Sheet. Here we go. So this is a Google Sheet. I'll link it down in the description. And we're doing this. So I recently finished the New Delhi to Sheremetyevo flight, 6 hours. I did this earlier this morning. I landed this morning, and now we're going back from Dancing to China to Sheremetyevo, Russia, Moscow, as Aeroflot 205. So we're flying. This is actually a very special livery we have here. This is actually Aeroflot's first A350 under the name Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky is a classical composer, which I love his pieces a lot. You should go and listen. And I can't wait to fly this plane, the A350, under the Aeroflot livery, because let's be honest, the Aeroflot livery and including their cabin looks really, really nice. So let's go into the cockpit and start setting up our 7-hour journey back to Moscow. So let's go into the cockpit. Welcome to the flight deck. Welcome back to the flight deck of the A350. Immediately we're gonna go ahead and go to the OFP here and view our flight plan. So we're in China, so that means we have to use meters for this. So it's not a problem, but the A350 has a conversion here to meters. So we're gonna go ahead and load up the plane. So 316 passengers on board. We've got 54 tons of fuel, so lots of fuel for today. I already did the whatever you call it after starting up the plane in the overhead. So we're gonna go ahead and straight into our MFD, and import our flight plan. So we've got also we are doing this on WASM as well. So if you may have noticed, if you heard that, yes, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video. We are using version 1.0.11. inibuilds recently came out that comes with a printer. So that's really, really neat. So we can see here 17 right on the IDK 6 kilo departure. So flight level 381, because this will be converted into meters. So we'll dial that down really quick. We'll enable meters here in our MCP already. And 381. Over here to our departure now. Gonna select 17 right on the IDK 6 kilo and insert that. Nice. All right. So after that, get our fuel load. Get our weights in. You can hear the Russian announcements already from the cabin. And this is something really weird with the A350. Like, whenever I click on something or change anything to the flight plan, it tends to, like, the frames become non-existent for like a short period of time. So the fuel load is already checked. The takeoff performance, we'll go ahead and go over here. Sync the sim brief. And the QNH is 1008. So I'll set that. Nice. So we are using flaps 1 plus F, flex temperature 57, 153, 156, 160. Alright. And that is basically the pre-flight, the pre-departure. So we'll wait for our IRSs to align, but for now we'll turn on the APU already. Nice. So the APU will be starting up now. Also, for your information, just FYI, Dancing, China, is the brand new airport that China recently opened in Beijing. So a lot of international flights are coming in here, including Aeroflot. While searching up for flights, while searching up the flight for this, I thought Aeroflot discontinued using their A350s because of all the sanctions they had to endure because of the war. But so far, Aeroflot is still pretty active with their A350s. I heard they have 14 A350s in their fleet. But I think that's already changed due to the war. So they haven't received the rest, I think. I'll have to double check that. Gotta go over here to the airport. So for this flight, I won't be using the OANs on the navigation display where the airport map displays here. Just because I want to be safe and I don't want any like lag spikes or anything. We won't be using BTV as well because I don't want to risk for another WASM crash happening on the A350 while recording this video. I've already have a lot of trauma with WASM crashes, so trying to be really extra careful here for today's flight, especially when recording. Gonna wait for the initial reference system to align. Okay, so our IRS is already aligned. APU is already started. Gonna turn on the APU bleed now. And get rid of the external power here. Get the fuel pumps on, beacon lights on. That removes the GPUs automatically, and we'll call GSX for our push. Sure. China Eastern. Don't tell me we're gonna get an accent, a Chinese accent in GSX. That's what FS Dream Team loves doing. Gives a bit more immersion.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Okay, no, never mind. We don't have a Chinese accent ground worker here. So the reason why
Departure checks completed.
OBS
Bypass
cannot
pin
capture frame generation, it's because it's mainly focused on the display, and for OBS to capture frame generation, I need to have a capture card. So that means I think I have to get a second PC, which is not really convenient, and I don't want to. Well, I technically have a second computer, which is my MacBook, but it's gonna take up a lot of work and a lot of money, so I don't want to spend that much. So, and I can't be using NVIDIA Shadowplay because that will increase the risk of having a WASM crash. Because again, trauma from the last flight. I was doing Intron to San Francisco again, and then I was recording with NVIDIA Shadowplay and it crashed, like the WASM crash. So yeah, I won't be doing that again. So, yeah, those right tilt left.
Release parking brakes, please.
And
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
all right, so at 2:49 Zulu, we are on our way. You can hear the Russian announcements here. Oh, God, what happened to you, ma'am? I don't know what that part is. Anyways, starting engine number 1. Go. So there's no ATC online because, of course, it's I'm recording this late morning, so it's around 10 a.m. My time, Philippine time. So this will be the third flight for me using Aeroflot. Overall, pretty good experience. Had no communication issues with the Russians. The Russians know how to speak English very fluent because WASM is an English-speaking network. And you are required to speak English on Unicom. Even though everyone knows how to speak your local language, like for example Tagalog, it's still English. That's the standard. Fairly short taxi today, 17 right, so we'll just cross 17 left and take off, yeah. So it looks like the wind's changed after I landed.
Set parking brake. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
And you will receive
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Nice. All right, avail. Oh no, did I get a glitch?
Unlocking gear.
Okay, no. Took a while. Because when I departed from Moscow to Dancing, GSX glitched and they don't want to remove the
Tow
tug.
truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
She sounds
Left is
depressed.
clear. Right is clear.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Go ahead and arm speed brakes and flaps 1. You can hear the flap sounds. Whew. So over the summer, because it's summer break for me, I'll try to release as much videos as I can, including my journey as I fly around with the A350, trying to accomplish every flight. Because when I accomplish the first section, which is the Aeroflot section, I move on to the Air Caribbean. So that is the next airline that we will be targeting. So auto brake RTO, get our displays. I mean, yeah, our radars ready here. Ground crew is just cleared of the airplane. We'll go ahead and taxi. No need to make comms in Unicom because there's technically no one here in China. I mean, in this airport. All right, so this is a very densely packed taxi chart. So I'm thinking we just go on Echo. You're right on Echo here. Golf 9, cross runway 17 left over to Charlie 8, then Juliet 14 on 17 right. So that is our briefing, very short. So choose some thrust and let's get her going. Cabin is not yet ready, so we can't really do a takeoff config yet. So over here, the next right is on Yankee. Bye! We'll probably not see you again because I don't like flying in China. No offense to the Chinese, but man, your airspace in meters, no thank you. I couldn't even handle it. It becomes a lot worse when you fly with Chinese ATC. I remember when I flew back in during quarantine. I was in X-plane. I was flying my friend. I was flying with my friend, and we were flying from Wuhan, don't ask, to Incheon. There was a VATSIM event, so we and everyone was flying from Wuhan, China. So we flew from Wuhan to Korea. I was on China Southern, China Southern, and I remember asking for an IFR clearance. I think it was my first time with Chinese controllers flying in China, VATSIM. So I asked for an IFR clearance, and then the controller immediately says brake after saying my clearance. For context, for the ones who don't fly on VATSIM, brake means like no one talk for now, because I'm the one talking. I have to switch over to. It's normally used when controllers are really busy, and I really have to talk to different planes at once. So like for example, my call sign Aeroflot 205, yada yada yada, clear for takeoff, brake. So like no need for readback. But normally I'm used to reading my readback always. So I asked for Wuhan ground, my call sign, and then can we say we have clearance readback. And then they just say, read back correct. So I said, okay. That means I don't... I was honestly legit scared flying in Chinese airspace. Because the language barrier, it's so, I don't understand anyone there. Their accents are so thick. Strobe lights on, because we're crossing runway. Some standard airmanship here. Sorry about the stutters. It will go away later. Fingers crossed. Even with NVIDIA FrameGen, I can literally see the stuttering. So it may not look very pretty for you in the recording. I apologize for that. Soon I'll be switching over to NVIDIA Shadowplay so you can see the FrameGen. Alright, approaching 1.7 right here. Taxi lights, landing lights on. I forgot to turn off the, never mind. Confirmed 1.7 right. Alright, let's get ourselves lined up here. Right in front of the China Southern hangar. Very nice. There. It's a beautiful scenery though. Very nice. Later you'll see the Joviaki Designs Sheremetyevo Moscow scenery. It was made for 2020, but it's 2024 compatible. It works fine for me, so it also produces good performance, so I don't have any problems with that. Anyways, we got 1.7 right. We got 5.3 tons to play around with. 40%. Start the clocks. And take off. Man flex. SRS runway auto thrust is blue. Okay. So, yeah, airspeed's alive. I feel like I'm forgetting something. 100 knots. Keep the center line, come on. That's my rudders, sorry. You can see some graphical anomalies here, like ghosting. V1, rotate. Nice, positive rate. Gears up. Oh, okay. And autopilot 1 engaged. Open climb and climb. So we got thrust climb, thrust derated climb, open climb, alt cruise blue. And we are on our way to back to Moscow. Or Moscow. I think Moscow is the right pronunciation. Sorry, I was just looking at my phone. I shouldn't look at my phone actually. We got. We'll turn on flaps. Turn on what? Turn off. Turn off. What? What am I saying? Put up the flaps. I think I forgot to put. Yeah, sorry. I forgot to put the chart here for the departure. Whoa, it's very turbulent. Jeez. There's like no mountains here. It's like flat lands. Well, there are a bit of mountains there, like some hills, but really? Is it this turbulent? Probably because of the shear rate. Don't worry if we took off with the tailwind. If it's lesser than 10 knots, then we should be fine. If it's less than 10 knots. Man, look at that wing flex there. The transition altitude. Oh, wait. What? Okay, transition altitude is 9,850 something. So, in meters, it's around. I can't do the math right now. I am not that good in math. Is this someone? Is there like. I got someone in my TCAS. No, that's sorry. That's the altitude constraint. It's fine. I was about to say 9,000 feet is like roughly around 3,000 meters, but I could be wrong. I don't even trust my mental math. Actually, I really cannot do mental math if you tell me to do. I can only do like, I can add stuff. I know the multiplication table a bit, but like if you like tell me what is the square root of, no, I can't do that. So now that I'm not really that smart, which is something that I really have to work on because I really want to become a pilot. But as a pilot, you can't really like carry around like calculators and stuff. So you really need to be quick in your head, which I really need to work on. So climbing through 8,000 feet now. The Aeroflot livery looks really nice. Really. Yeah, Aeroflot, Russian Airlines, Tchaikovsky. All right, I don't read Russian. I know this says Tchaikovsky. All right, 9,500. All right, and then set this to standard now. Oh, that was kind of correct. 9,900 meters is 9,900 feet is 3,000 meters. Alright, 10,000 feet, and switch off the landing lights, seatbelt signs, and no mobile phones. And we'll climb to, and we're just gonna climb to fly level 381 or 11,600 meters. Anyways, so I will leave you with some of the cinematics on the flight. I'll talk to you guys later when we start planning our descent and for the arrival into Sheremetyevo, Moscow Airport. So, see you guys in a bit and enjoy the cinematics in the flight back to Aeroflot's home base. Welcome back to the flight deck. As you know, we are about to start our descent into Shemratov, Moscow airport. So we are landing roughly around 30 minutes time, and we just got the weather from Shemratov. There's no ATC as of the moment. And I'm looking at the METAR, and it's been a while since I've flown into Russia. I need to convert miles per second to knots. So, because apparently Russia and Chinese airspace, they use miles per second. I think that's what MPS meaning. Miles per second, is that correct? What is MPS? Oh, meters, not meters per second. 2 knots. All right. 11. All right. So it's 21 knots. So 320 to 11 knots. At least they use Celsius. 20 to 22 degrees Celsius. So it's fairly warm in Russia. QNH 1012, and then we'll get the wrong view. We'll get the minimums. I already did the flight planning for the arrival. We're on the DIMGI 3 Echo. I think that's DIMGI 3 Echo arrival. I accidentally said DIGME, not DIMGI, so it's DIMGI, not DIGME. Minimums will be at 321, and we won't program the BTV because we risk of having another WASM crash. So I'm gonna pick here the braking action into 2, medium to poor, because we don't want that much brakes happening, honestly. Actually, wait, hang on. I need to check. When do we have to vacate the runway? Because I want to time it perfectly. Okay, so Alpha 4. So yes, we will be using medium to poor braking for this. So auto brake engaged, and we'll arm the altitude for our descent into Shemratov. So yeah, we have, I already did. So flight level 260 into Shemratov. Flight's been going on now for roughly over 6 hours. And you may have noticed we departed a lot earlier, and this flight is supposed to be 7 hours. In full honesty, this is my second attempt at this flight. The first attempt, the one that I recorded, I had a crash to desktop over Mongolia because I was trying to change the level of detail so the ground textures look a lot nicer. So this is my second attempt, and that's why we're landing a lot later than usual. So yeah, I was supposed to land at around 7 p.m. my local time. It's right now 10 p.m. and we land at around 11. So yeah, sorry, but yeah, at least I was able to push out a video for this for the A350 finally. At least it wasn't a WASM crash. If it was another WASM crash, it would be back to the drawing board. So yeah. I forgot to unmute my mic to record this bit, but we're past 10,000 now. Turned on the seatbelt signs, turned on the landing lights. We are we're at a holding pattern here. We need to reach 4,000 feet so we can start capturing the localizer, and as well we'll start slowing down soon to 210 knots. Actually 180 knots, because that's the speed recommended. Well, yeah, mandatory to capture the localizer for 3-4 left. Be double checking my, yeah, okay. I forgot to mute my mic during this recording. All right, so we can exit. And then what's our transition altitude? Oh, it's 10,000. What? I wasn't aware of that. So 2,500. Slow down now to 210 knots here. 240 knots seems a bit excessive. That was really weird. I was like at 10 FPS during the holding pattern, but I think it's due to the WASM again. Of course, everything is because of the WASM. And we'll go ahead and arm the localizer here. And once again, we're not using BTV, so you won't see the navigation display zoom into the airport because, again, stutters, performance loss, and risk of a WASM crash. So I am not risking it today. Probably when I get a better system, which is very far from now. Alright, localizer captured. We can now arm the glide slope. Gonna check if... Yeah, you can see the holding pattern we did over the waypoint Panzo. So there's one aircraft on the ground, so I'll probably make a call. We are gonna be established soon on the localizer. Oh shoot, right, yeah. 180 knots now, please. And we'll take flaps 1. Shermatov traffic, Airflot 205 inbound ILS runway 24 left 8 DME. Shermatov traffic. Shermatov is the airport here because this area of Moscow has 3 airports close to each other, and you can't just say like Moscow traffic. There are 3 different airports in Moscow, so one of them is Shemetov, so which is the airport we're landing now. All right, we'll take flaps 2 now. Gear down. Spoilers armed. Those lights on takeoff. I mean. Flaps 3. We need to slow this plane as soon as possible now. But we have loads of room already. And flaps full. We have a slight crosswind. The winds are gusting at around 23, around over 10 knots, so gusting over 10. Alright, time to disconnect the autopilot. I'm gonna hand fly this plane here. Alright, I guess the crosswind has calmed down a bit. It's still okay. Wait, sorry, that's my rudders. That's my...
500,
No idea what he said there.
400,
We're a bit low. Okay, adjusting. I wasn't watching the glide slope. Yeah, we're too high now.
300,
Come on, concentrate. It's a bit windy.
200. Minimum
Continue.
100, 90, 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5,
Oh, it's floating. That was so smooth. Reverse is green. D-cell. Auto brakes. $60 knots, manually braking. 40 knots, reverse is out. Welcome to Shemetov. Corner off. Alright, 7 hours and 28 minutes flight time. And, well, we missed Alpha 4. It's fine. It's a pretty good landing. Alright, landing lights off. Strobe lights off. Go ahead and clean up this aircraft here. Flaps up. Speed brakes disarmed. And there you go. We'll turn on the APU now. I don't know which stand Aeroflot parks. I know this is the international terminal, but which one? I'm gonna pick this one. We'll check the landing rate later.
Роман на 6595, освободили 01 по Браво 5.
I'm actually scared to respond to this guy. Not just because he's Russian, but honestly, I feel like a bad interaction is coming. Also, in this new version of the A350, I felt the derotation. Felt a bit aggressive, honestly, but yeah. Alpha 8. No, I think I'll be parking here. Alpha... Oh no, not that. Because that stand is unrecognizable by GSX. Yeah, we'll take stand 50. I feel like I'm gonna hit the winglet of that A350. Okay. Yeah, we are definitely gonna hit the winglet of the A350 right beside us. Ah! Stop! Perfect! See? No need for GSX. And AP bleed on. So number 1. Turn off the radars here. And engine number 2. Turn this off. Beautiful. Okay. And beacon lights can go off. Fancy seatbelt signs and no mobile phones will off. There you go. Now let's check the landing rate. Whoo! Minus 66. Oh shoot, wait, we bounced. What? Wait. So our landing was 0 feet per minute, and then I think we, like, the wheels went up in the air again, and then minus 66. That's the final tell. Honestly, Elevatex can sometimes be a bit weird, but yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that flight from Dancing China. I will disconnect from VPilot so I can do this intro. Alright, hopefully you guys enjoyed that flight from Dancing China to Sheremetyev, Moscow. Expect some more of these A350 flights soon, because right now the anxiety and the trauma from those WASM crashes are still there and still like trembling in my body. But I'll do my best to push more videos out on the A350. But for now, thank you guys for watching. If you want to subscribe, go ahead, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya!